Nations Climate Change Conference has kicked off on Monday in Baku, Azerbaijan, with an important early success as participants reach agreement on standards for creating carbon credits under Article 6.4 of the Paris Agreement. This agreement will support climate action by increasing the demand for carbon credits and ensuring the international carbon market operates under UN guidance. Mamadi Barrow tells us more of that in this report.
UN climate change conferences, COPs, takes place every year and are the world's only multilateral decision-making forum on climate change that brings together almost every country on Earth. The COP is where the world comes together to agree on the actions to address climate crisis, such as limiting the global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius, helping vulnerable communities adapt to the effect of climate change, and achieving net zero emissions by 2050. COP29 has brought together world leaders and negotiators from the member states or parties of the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change to further global progress, with business leaders, young people, climate scientists, indigenous people, and civil society sharing insights and best practices to strengthen global, collective, and inclusive climate actions. Among the key priorities of COP29 are securing a new goal on climate finance, ensuring every country has the means to take much stronger climate action, slashing greenhouse gas emissions, and building resilient communities. While addressing the official opening of the 29th Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29, in Baku, Azerbaijan, the UN Climate Change Executive Secretary Simon Stale states that the world must agree a new global climate finance goal.
We must agree a new global climate finance goal. If at least 2/3 of the world's nations cannot afford to cut emissions quickly, then every nation pays a brutal price. If nations can't build resilience into supply chains, the entire global economy will be brought to its knees. No country.
Still further mentioned that the world must dispense with the idea that climate finance is charity. He said that clean energy and infrastructure investments will reach $2 trillion in 2024.
Let's dispense with the idea that climate finance is charity. An ambitious new climate finance goal is entirely in the self-interest of every single nation, including the largest and the wealthiest. We mustn't let 1.5 slip out of reach. And even as temperatures rise, the implementation of our agreements must claw them back. Clean energy and infrastructure investment will reach $2 trillion in 2024, almost twice that of fossil fuels. The shift to clean energy and climate resilience will not be stopped. Our job is to accelerate this and make sure its huge benefits are shared by all countries and all people.
Officially, the 29th Conference of Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29, will see countries seek to establish a new annual climate financing target to replace $100 billion pledge set in 2009, which expires at the end of the year and which many say is far less than what is required to cope with fast rising air and sea temperatures. Reporting for Eyeafrica News.